All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Um, Welcome to the last office hour call of the day. Just let me quickly share my screen for a few reminders before we jump into the content of the call. So first of all, here at GitLab, we strive for fostering and building a safe and inclusive environment for everyone. So enforcing the community code of conduct is really important for us. So if at any point you feel threatened or unsafe or harassed through a comment somewhere or through our communication platform, feel free to reach out so we can intervene immediately. Other than that, you can always seek for support and help and generally guidance or anything related to the hackathon or generally GitLab at our Gitter channel, gitter.im/GitLab/contributors. Feel free to ping me directly or ask your question there straight away. What else? We are halfway there, and so far we have 153 MRs, which is amazing. Congratulations to everyone, considering the fact that during the last hackathon we had in total 167. So, well, that's a huge milestone. Looking forward to surpass that. And with no further ado, I will hand it over to Tim. Let me try to find how to stop my screen. Okay, stop sharing.
Hello, thanks,
Tim.
Chris.
Welcome.
Thanks, Christos. And it's awesome to see that we have so many MRs already in progress. Maybe we'll hit 200 for this hackathon. That will be a really awesome accomplishment. So I'm the PM for the package stage. Our group is responsible for the container registry, the package registry, and the dependency proxy. We have an issue and it's linked in, I'll link it in this chat as well. But you can see here, we have two different options that are good ideas for contributors for the hackathon. I think in previous hackathons, I made a mistake that I was bringing forward issues that were a bit larger, a bit more involved. And I think we've learned from the last hackathon that it's better to have issues that are easier and quicker to resolve, especially for a hackathon. So I included two links. One here lists issues that are labeled good for new contributors. This is something that came up during our last hackathon that we said we should identify issues like that. So here's a list of 12 options that are good for new contributors that are limited to the package stage. And we see here that the list basically runs the gamut from features for the NuGet repository, Composer. So really, if you're interested in anything to do with packages and dependencies, this would be a good list for you. And the other list here is, the package team. We basically, let me move myself over for a second. We use the wait feature for when we are actually going to work on issues. So it's common when we're planning a given milestone or sprint, the engineers will go in and add weights to issues using a scale of 1 to 5. So I've just identified a list of package-related issues that have a weight of 1. And then there's a lot of issues here for your consideration for the hackathon. And you could sort by popularity, so you could see what's most popular. You can find something that interests you using label search. So yeah, these are just some ideas for contribution. I'll pause there for 1 second, and then I wanted to just open up. Sorry, I have to move that again.
For reference, I have linked this. I've added the information, the URL into the issue that you have into our hackathon wider community and Mars issue, where everyone is pointed to through the website, through the hackathon website. So yeah, if you're on the hackathon website and you click on the issue where we track, and you can find issues to begin with, you can find the package group issues as well.
Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. So I just thought it would be helpful just to give maybe a quick overview of the direction page for the package group. So GitLab uses these direction pages to define our vision and strategy on both a holistic sense and per stage and per feature category. So for package, like I mentioned, we're primarily focused on 3 categories right now: the container registry, the package registry, and the dependency proxy. So the first piece of content here is this letter from the editor. As someone I've been with GitLab for nearly 2 years now, next week, and I've been maintaining this page for that entire time. So I thought it would be valuable to start adding a personal message to the community about what we're working on and why, and what's on our roadmap. So this letter talks through some of the challenges that we're facing now in terms of building out our existing features and supporting existing customer workflows, and planning some additional features later on that will help us to build a more competitive feature set against Artifactory. And the big key component there is virtual registries. So that's part of the dependency proxy, and we'll be working on that later this year. But if you read through this, you could read through our goal. Our goal is that our roadmap as it is today will allow the majority of our customers to rely solely on GitLab for their artifact management. That's our goal. That's what we're striving towards. We've validated this with customers, both through research and a number of customer interviews and prospect calls and things like that. And I think that when we talk about customers, could be valuable to distinguish between the enterprise and non-enterprise. And typically what we see is if you're a customer or an organization with less than 30 developers, you could do this now. You could use GitLab for all of your artifact management, and we can meet your needs today. When we start to get into the large enterprises, teams with more than 30 or 50 developers, it becomes more important to have those virtual registry features that we mentioned, because a virtual registry allows you to group all of your external repositories behind a single URL, as opposed to managing a list internally or using a single project like what we would recommend. And so it becomes more important. And this is something that, although you can work around today, it'll be something that we develop later this year. For the container registry right now, GitLab has supported a native container registry that you could store and publish container images to your project. Right now, what we're working on is a change that will add support for online garbage collection, so that you don't have to set the registry to read-only mode when to clear up storage. So for our self-managed customers that have many terabytes of data in their registry, this will allow them to remove some of that data and save some money without having to set the registry to read-only mode, which for a big global company can be difficult, especially because the development never stops. What else? On the package registry, right now, we're really focused on improving our existing support for GitLab hosted registries. Last milestone, we really focused on Composer, Conan, and generic packages. So we're continuing to round up that functionality. Yeah, I think that's probably the things that are worth highlighting for now. It's probably 5 minutes. What do you think, Crystal? Should I cover anything else?
No, that's great. Let me check if we have any questions. There are a few of people watching on YouTube. No questions there, not on our Gitter. So yeah.
Well, this was great. And Steve, do you have as our back-end engineer for the package stage, just so everyone has the chance to meet you, because you're likely one of the people reviewing all these contributions.
Hey, everyone. Nothing really to add.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for joining. Thanks for making the time. It's really nice to have you. I know that in some cases we don't have people participating live, but I go check out the videos after all, and there are quite a few views, especially of the office hour calls. That's why we decided to have only office hour calls. But yeah, the point of the office hours is to have people asking questions on the spot. But in any case, we'll reconsider the format next time. Thanks so much for joining, and for you all watching at any time, again, thanks so much for your contributions. We're slowly reaching 200 MRs, which is quite amazing. And yeah, looking forward to see more. And at any given time, if you need any help, support, or have a question, head over to our Gitter channel, and we'll be there to answer any of your questions. All right.